Hey guys, Chip here with more CAYNE. Sorry, I wasn't clicked into the thing. So I did have to go all the way back to this one, and I need to look at the bottom thing. So it is flag, lightning bolt. We'll do that for lightning bolts. Arrow plus. I was so close to figuring it out on my own. I just didn't scroll all the way down. Great. So, thankfully, that video did give me a valid hint, and apparently it's different for every single one, so if you're following a guide, you have to look at that to get the information. So, screw you, guide that immediately tried to spoil it for me. Just tell me how to earn things. I will happily do it. I feel even more dumb for that 20 minutes of just doing nothing. I was... It's exhausting. That's how exhausting it was. I had to yawn. But yeah, I had almost figured it out. That's all I had to do. Oh well. Alrighty. Now we gotta hike over here. Eventually. Someday. Can we give her like a pair of Heelys and she could just, well, she can't roll up the ramp, but she could roll across here. Oh well. In my dreams, she has Heelys. Also, yeah, enjoy your third episode for the day, because I just didn't want to give you guys 20 minutes of me not knowing what to do. I don't feel like that's thoroughly entertaining, so this will actually be labeled... What's going to be, number 4? Yeah, number 4. And that one will be labeled 3.5. Okay. Flag, lightning bolt, arrow, plus sign. Suck it. Alright, let's go to the pt4 printer room, which is a thing that we need for like 20 other things. Hadley. Hadley, I love you. But you need to move like 12% faster. That's like the only complaint I have about this game is that this is my complaint. The pregnant woman is slow. That's not even a complaint, that's just an observation like, huh, that pregnant woman's kind of slow. You see a fast pregnant woman, stuff's going down. Oh. Series of unremarkable numbers are etched into the sides of the crate. Galvanized zinc veneer is almost black with rust and grime. Some sort of industrial cargo crate, but the ID decals on the side have been damaged. Absolutely, with letters G and maybe R or K are just barely legible. Let's look at the fuse box.
The fuse is melted.
Well.
Maybe if I rotate it sideways. No.
Omni tool?
Yes. Nope.
Blade.
Maybe. Probably not.
Rosie pet?
Probably not a good idea.
No, I don't want to be stuck again already. Can I combine any of these?
No! Maybe. Probably not. Ain't nobody got time for this.
Wait, what? What did I just make? Hard static plastic surface is now entirely coated in ultrafine. Why would I? Here, have that. What? Why?
That That worked out better than I thought it would.
Oh, it gave me an imprint of what I needed. Yeah.
Well done, me.
Opening doors like a pro. Scripture's gonna be like, cheap finally gets stuff done.
Sorry, I mean... Gee whiskers.
What is it?
It's... brains.
Brains?
Good time.
Brains.
Animal?
No, I don't think so.
To the PDA! To the wall. To the blood dripping down the walls. Oh my gosh, what's going on with your face? Oh, maybe she's the lady with some stuff that... right. Alright, that fucking bitch, I mean, I get it. She's John's daughter. She's a big deal or whatever. But I'm a CAYNE, and that spoiled brat needs to know her place. So maybe I'm not her biological mother. Not some nobody-getter whore from the dust colonies. But her father and I are lovers now, and she has to accept that and show some respect. I think I'm going to start insisting that she calls me mother, just for today's insolence, and I can probably use John's pathetic piety? That's a weird combination for me to say. To play the two of them off each other when she inevitably defies me. That should be amusing. Besides, without me, the whole team would be totally screwed because I'm the only one who can go near Samantha. Me. Not Julia, not even John. Me. Sharon's got a little salt. Samantha and I have mutual understanding, I think. An experiential bond. Me with my disabilities and she with her idiosyncrasies. Ever since the stroke, people treat me like I'm different, like I'm other, so I can empathize with her. She's more than just a product to me. She's a collaborator, a conspirator even. It's not like anybody else knows about our special experiments. I don't know about your special experiments. CEO has arrived at the facility. If I hadn't handled some of the paperwork myself, I'd probably have known anyways, because John was especially devout about his purification rituals when we met last night. I was still scrubbing blood out of the upholstery this morning. Shit I tolerate for my career prospects. What's... the purification rituals involve blood? What? So when am I accountable to the fucking support staff? That Danny Bolin has become a constant and insufferable nuisance, skulking around in my lab and asking too many questions. He's in charge of managing the facility's life support systems, not our research work. I told Samantha about it, and she said I should bring her Danny's pet parrot. I think she said that. It's the kind of thing she would say. Note, during the weekly inventory, I noticed that 2 grubs are missing from the habitat. Julia's sleazy friend from Mind Transfer has been hanging around our department lately, and he's expressed an overly keen interest in our specimens. Did he take them, and for what? Is that the guy up top that we killed? Message from Sharon Kane Must to Danny Bolin. Subject: accident. Your bird got into Samantha's birthing lab somehow and was killed. It may be some consolation to know that despite such a regrettable tragedy, we've gleaned valuable information about Samantha's behavior in the process. She prefers to prolong the suffering of her prey, for example. This could be useful in our research. Sorry about that. Sharon. I think that John and Julia aren't talking to each other between the food poisoning epidemic. What? A frustrating lack of real progress in our department's work, and her consistent refusal to properly acknowledge me as part of the family. I guess everything is a bit volatile at the moment. Samantha thinks it's hilarious, but I'm questioning my own precarious position in the middle of things now. John is locking himself up in his office and sulking all day. Sulking all day isn't exactly helping me, and Julia's sullen disregard is now turning into blatant hostility. Not fucking constructive, Sharon. Oh, she's got a lot of diary entries. We're gonna be here a while. Samantha has been sort of subdued for the last week or so. She won't tell me what the problem is, but I think it might be something to do with the temperature of the labs. Danny Bolin is enforcing new atmosphere maintenance regulations, ostensibly to eliminate thermal fluctuations in food storage as possible reason for the rations spoiling. I suspect his petty revenge for the parrot incident. With the temperature now kept below the habitat's usual 95 degrees, however, Samantha's grubs are drowsy and morose. I am very concerned about what Samantha is. Visit the atmospheric control room today to see if I can adjust the temperature in our labs. I made made the most intriguing discovery. Somebody has been collecting body parts and making some sort of thing. An organic simulacrum, maybe? I must assume this is some secret, obviously desperate new research development in Dr. Adams' department, so I've told John and Julie about it. Tensions have now been temporarily forgotten as our team redoubles its own efforts to resolve the problems of advanced organ regrowth. Samantha has become increasingly uncooperative, though. I think she liked it when everybody was preoccupied with circumstantial drama and not her. My personal stem cell therapy project has had some unanticipated results. I've developed what appears to be a cluster of sphincter-like gland ducts around my lower abdomen, groin, and upper thighs, somewhat resembling those found in the more mature grub specimens that emit some sort of musky, jellyish discharge, perhaps a pheromone. Did I mix up my glial regeneration sequences? Or were the samples contaminated? Doesn't matter now. John's become obsessed with them. I suppose the flagellation thing should have clued me into his predilection for kinky sex stuff. It's a whole nother level. I won't lie, though. It's kind of hot. What is wrong with you people? Clinical improvement on my mobility and speech issue is limited, however, so that's a bust. Shit. So she's trying to fix the damage from her stroke. We've been on lockdown for a week and only briefly released for an emergency drill. Something is going on around here, but nobody is talking about it. First the food poisoning, then the fungus infestation, and now what? Down to my last pick of cigarettes. You shouldn't be smoking after a stroke. That's just my 2 cents. Also, I need a drink from all this reading, so hold on. Alright. Shouldn't have taken this fucking assignment. I'm not even directly related to CAYNE, only through marriage and my second cousins. That's all. Or at that. But here I am, stuck in a crumbling science museum, sleeping with a decrepit zealot pervert, and trying to mend my troubled relationship with a creature from the Black Lagoon, because it's the only real meaningful thing I have in here. What have I become? Salty. A message from Julia Kieran to Sharon Kane Musk. Sharon, we need to discuss the situation with Samantha. It's important. Meet me in the birthing lab Nexus in 15 minutes. Julia. I got another code! Alright. Gazzo, hook me up. It's plus plus triangle triangle, but still. Right. Put a brain floating in vat. Lots of tissue has started to separate from the frontal and occipital lobes and squirm like bloodless tentacles in the what? Worn wooden desk, coffee stains, and random assortments of inscrutable and insignificant academic junk clutter the antique walnut shop. Blowing such a putrefaction hangs like a pall over the plastic pallet. That looks like a head right there, doesn't it? Let's look at all these. Viscous preservation fluid bubbles around the disembodied brain. A faint... I think there should have been A in there, but oh well. Rotting smell permeates the immediate air. Swirling mass of neon particles makes up an animated, anatomically accurate model of a human skull. The effect is probably much more disconcerting than the lab designers intended. Barely perceptible low-level vibrations rumble through the scanner at irregular intervals. Alright, well, let's make us a personal data tag.
Personal data tag printer. Oh, PDT. This must be how they're making the security tags.
There must be an easier way.
This facility seems to do things the hard way. I've heard of spinal tagging on animals, right into the nervous system. Maybe this is like an upgrade. But these aren't animals.
Sure we are. We're just meat puppets.
Oh, say it slow.
You had an interesting childhood.
Hi, friend. I'm Ralph.
Oh, jeez.
Let's pray into pt4 together.
Alright, I need a blank PDT, a PDT template, and a cryo regulator. I have none of those things. Oh, maybe there's gonna be one in the birthing lab nexus. Which means the last 5 minutes of this are gonna be me running. Sorry, team. Sorry, I had to yawn again. I feel like we've made a ton of progress this time. I'm proud of us. Everybody give yourselves a high five. Adley, you get a high five too when you're done sprinting. She's got to be exhausted. Again, I've also seen some like really active pregnant women, so maybe she's just like, whatever. But she said she felt slow, so I imagine she's some sort of tired. Alright, birthing lab nexus. Hey, I clicked first time. Alright. Plus, arrow, arrow. Unlock.
Is there anything else you can make out around you?
No. A deep thumping noise. Like a machine.
Another generator, maybe? Focus on the last thing you do remember.
I can't. There are flashes. A hospital. Family. Well, they didn't like me much.
Join the club.
They wanted what I have.
Oh?
Mad skills, bro?
What's that?
Psychic abilities?
Money.
Oh.
My name. Then they left me. Or I pushed them away.
Why?
I wonder if
They
he's
weren't
CAYNE.
good enough. They weren't willing to put in the hard work. Wanted to be given things. Given. The things that I bled over.
Well,
Oh, he's salty.
I don't talk to Mother anymore. And my dad, well, no clue who he is. She was distant. Maybe she was always like that.
Huh.
Maybe I was just unlikable. She sure made it clear, often enough, that I was too much like him. That she saw too much of him in me.
I'm sorry, Hadley. Sometimes we unintentionally hurt the ones we love.
And other times we
Reincarnate
intentionally do it.
bullshit. You don't hurt the people you love the people you love.
Shots fired. I wouldn't be arguing with a psychic person in my head, but you know, whatever. From the small amount of reading I've done, I want nothing to do with Samantha. There's nothing in this room, right? Just a security hologram. In here. Oh. Alright, we got grubs. Participants in the habitat are inert and unresponsive, perhaps in some sort of induced coma. Atmosphere readout. Glass barrier, which is bloody. Optically transparent polymer runs from particularly resistant barrier to the grub habitat. It's like this terminal. That's what we normally want. Billion cure, logged in, check in. Caligula, Attila, Mengel, Genghis, Mao, Nero, Vlad. Incidents. Vlad was temporarily removed from the habitat using a activated containment canister. Caligula has exhibited extreme aggression towards her siblings. Mal consumed 5 appendages from Nero. Supplied raw meat and plasma to encourage brood gas production. Lab produces an excess of the nootropic vapor, which results in low visibility in the habitat. 1 cubic meter of gas was shipped to the CAYNE lab for the subjugation of Samantha. Vlad was returned to the habitat. Till has started the metamorphic process. I've adapted a metabolism inhibitor in order to inhibit stage 2 maturation. Grubs are responding negatively to maternal vocal calls. There is a possible rupture in the grub containment enclosure that is causing a brood gas leak that is in turn agitating Samantha. Habitat humidity reduced from that to 512. First of all, I'm making a note of the crew facilities password in case Bolin locks me out again. Alright, we need that. Alright. Did I mouse over everything in there? Also, which one do we think is which? Biological growth. A greenish gaseous smog lingers around the composite mass of flesh, muscular fiber, bone, and other organic matter. Yum, yum, yum. Alright. Back out we go. Oh. I don't like those noises at all.
Jesus.
You're scared?
Heck yeah, I'm scared. This place. Who could create this?
Asshole?
Monsters.
I got an achievement. There's lacerated ribbons of flesh and muscle tissue frame. Try to vertebrae like some gross a mangled PDT clings to the spinal cord. Hey, voice recorder. Oh, John Kieran, huh?
John Kern, note to self.
Oh.
All that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Oh.
Leviticus 9:10.
Alright. It smells like an abattoir. What's an abattoir? Quick, comments, tell me. It's attached to something submerged in that stuff. Hey, let's get the PDA. Actually, we're a tiny bit over time, so here's what I'm gonna do. I pick up the PDA to see who it belongs to. You are the evilest looking being I've ever seen in my life.
Someone.
They were growing
trying to
someone.
grow CAYNE.
Cloning is unpredictable. Cloning an individual is impossible.
It sounds like they were using something special. Something called Samantha.
Alright, so next episode we are going to read a whole bunch from the looks of it. I'll see you guys then. Bye.